Over the past couple of years, I have come to realize that September for me is my New Year's. I just find going into the fall season, all of the years of back to school, I really feel it's a fresh start. And since today is August 31st, that means it's New Year's Eve. It's also the last weekend of summer for Labor Day weekend, and we've really enjoyed the weekend. And I took a little bit of time this morning just to get everything back in order. I gave myself a little bit of grace this weekend and let some things just, slack a little bit, but that's okay. It was very easy to get everything back in order. We also need to get a few things today, so I thought we'd do a little bit of a stock up on our basics and then also check out a couple of sales at Food Basics. And even though everybody else is all ready to decorate and switch everything over to fall, I am still enjoying my sunflower decor. I need to figure out where to put these cups. I have my planners and everything ready for Sunday night. That is part of my new routine. And just really enjoying the simplicity of my sunflower decor and still really enjoying it. A new thrifting find, something I've had for years. And then just keeping everything very simple and tidy. And the new Pioneer Woman magazine did not disappoint. There are so many amazing recipes in this magazine that I can't wait to try and share with you. So we have some things to do, and we wanted to pick up milk, and we also picked up some sausage buns to have a quick, easy lunch. And I thought I'd just pick up some things that we use pretty regularly. A couple of loaves of bread just to throw in the freezer. Andrew picked out his favorite Doritos. Got the milk that we needed, and then I went ahead and picked up 4 orange juice. We're going to need this anyways, and I like having extras. Also picked up just some plain yogurt. I like to use this in soups or taco salads or taco bowls. I also picked up some more Oikos yogurt. This is $10. It's the same price as getting the 3 packs at Walmart. I just find it's a lot more convenient to have the package in, so I just keep it in our fridge in the garage, and that way it'll make it a little bit easier whenever I need to pick up produce and all of that. I do like to have a lot of the staples that we use and have like an extra or 2 of them. Andrew also picked up some drumsticks. These were $10. Another box of banana popsicles, and then these summer fresh dips were on for $1.50. I thought that was a really great price. So I picked up some tzatziki, the dill and herb dip, and then some loaded spinach. There was a bunch of hummus in that, but everything was kind of picked over. But this was a great price, $1.50. I think it was like $4.96 regular. So anyways, this is everything that we picked up at Food Basics. We had Amazon Music for years, and we finally switched to Spotify. And I do want to make an autumn playlist. I'm easing into it, and I did a quick search, and there's a lot of great playlists on here. So I'm going to check a few of them out, see what songs I like, because I always like to have something a little bit more relaxing in the autumn months. And I was sitting outside enjoying my second cup of coffee, but my husband joined me the day before. I had ordered some pants for our son from American Eagle, and Steve realized that Old Navy was having a sale too, and he wanted to get some new pants. But that's what happens as we get into the Burr months. You need to get some new clothes. So anyways, all of that is taken care of, and now I'm going to do a little bit of coloring and testing out a few of the new songs that I found on Spotify. It's still summer. We're gonna have some hot days ahead of us. I'm not ready to go everything fall, but I am ready to bring some of the cozy into our home. And I just find like having some nice relaxing music and then using my new coloring book. I'll talk more about it later with the alcohol markers. I'll show you what I use. And I just am really excited about fall, but I know I want to ease into it. If I do everything full force right now and then we have really, really hot days, it just kind of takes away the joy of it, and I want to ease into it. But anyways, a little bit of relaxing music, got my pumpkin spice candle colored, and then we had a great day. Now it's time to start thinking about dinner. We're having T-bone steaks on the barbecue. I got them a couple of weeks ago, knowing that we would probably have them on Labor Day. So I took them out, got them all seasoned, and then I'm just slicing up some onions and then some mushrooms, and we're just going to keep dinner really, really simple tonight. I love barbecue season. I find dinners are really easy because my husband usually grills the protein and then I focus on the sides. And I do find it's also a really easy cleanup and I do love it. It's always great to have extra meat for leftovers. You can do salads, you can do wraps, sandwiches. I had some choice baked potatoes in the freezer I pulled out. They weren't the greatest, but it was a really good dinner. And this is what I'm coloring, the Cozy Autumn Coloring Book, Megan Miles Art. And this is the one I got last year, the Autumn Collection. She kind of released it later in the season, so I didn't get too much of it colored, but this is more like her pages that she releases every month in her newsletter. I just like them because you can do like little pictures here and there, especially if you're on a little bit of a time restraint. So I started this one here, and sometimes after a while, the markers will bleed through a little bit and there's a little bit of yellow. I don't really know how to stop that, but it's something I do find after they sit or they're pressed together, it can happen. But I'm excited to do some of these. I'm not in a big hurry to finish the whole book. I am in a hurry for soup season. I can't wait, but I do like some of these little collection pages. But then this coloring book is what I've really been looking forward to. And these are the markers I use. Alcohol markers, you just go back and forth very slowly and you don't have those lines. And I just get them at Winners. This one here was a pastel one. It was $13. The dual ends one is a bigger one and then the other one is a little bit more fine. Just what I like to use. I know there's all sorts of expensive ones out there, but these have worked really well for me. So anyways, this is a little bit of what I'll be coloring throughout September. And we'll see what October has in store. But anyways, here it is, August 31st. We're getting ready to go to bed. I feel like a little kid on Christmas Eve. Can't wait to wake up and switch the calendar over and start my favorite time of the year, the Burr months. 6:32. This does not happen very often, but we've had a busy weekend. Everybody needed a little extra sleep, and I can't wait to flip my calendar over. This is the one my daughter got me for Christmas. It is the gift that keeps giving all year long. August was beautiful. Vlogust was great, but I can't wait to see September. I'm seeing apples. The bottom is already different. A little sneak peek of some chickens. Is there going to be some wildflowers? The first of autumn is on the 22nd. And ladies in waiting, that is what it is called. So a little bit of everything. You have apples, you have pumpkins, you have the mums, you have all of the harvest, you have the beautiful farmhouse, and just beautiful. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I think this is a beautiful picture for September. Autumn is beginning. We still have a little bit of summer left. We even have a full moon, but I cannot wait to get into the Burr months. And today is the day that I finally get to flip the calendar over to my favorite time of the year. So there it is. I get to look at this beautiful picture for 30 days. And I am so excited. August was a great month, but I think September is going to be even better. I'm trying another playlist, 'Tis Autumn. This one was really nice. I never even heard of half these songs. And at Christmas time, I always enjoy a little Frank Sinatra. And this one had a lot of really nice autumn, cozy music. I was really feeling the vibe, even though it's going to be really warm today. It's all about having that mindset. So anyways, a little bit of music playing. Linus is going to have a little bit more time in bed. I've been asked to share a little bit more in detail this little book that I kind of put together. 2025, the year of putting the pieces together. I kind of restarted my channel here in 2024. You can go back and see more of my journey if you are interested in. And just a goal without a plan is just a wish. So I had an idea in January that I wanted to focus on things each month, knowing that September 1st was going to be my new year. Same with making a house a home. I'm trying to figure out my home decor. I'm trying to keep it really simple. I'm trying to focus on certain colors for each month and really minimalize my decor. I find less is more, and I've been trying to perfect it every month. So in January, I just kind of decided to do look at a recap of everything that you accomplished. And then I started off setting monthly goals. So the February goals, it was a lot to think that I was going to get done in 1 month. And then I kind of did a recap. And then I kind of broke it down into smaller organization to keep continuing on. And then March, I switched to green, what my goals were, what the recap was. And then the kitchen declutter, we were getting ready for an upgrade on our kitchen. And I wanted to kind of go through everything slowly. And then closets and clothes, getting ready for spring and summer. And then I had some boxes to kind of encourage me to, okay, I cleaned this out. How many was it? It didn't really work, but it was a good starting point. Then my thrifting wish list, I've updated it, but I started in March, so I'm just going to keep it. Then the April goals, the April recap. I did the same thing for May, and then different goals to work on because I wasn't getting everything done each month. And I feel like I just keep doing a little bit and maintaining it. I've been doing really good. So June was a good month. July was a little bit of a harder month. I got through it, and I really knew that I wanted to do Vlogust and just the whole thing with clutter. And that's the thing, the past 5 years have been all over the place with different things going on, and clutter just became to be a big problem. So August, I did a whole month of Vlogust. You can go back. I also did the fall watch. I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do for the Burmas. Do I keep doing in this? Do I start a new one? So I'm going to think about it a little bit. And I'm going full pumpkin. The pumpkin spice cream cheese, it was really good. The pumpkin creamer, I'm just having one slice of toast with a little bit of the cream cheese and having that cup of coffee. And there's the boys. They are also ready for their breakfast. Linus's allergies got really bad today, so I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of a harder month for him. So I need to make sure that he's taken care of. So anyways, August to-dos. I had a couple of ideas. I was kind of working on this a little bit the night before. So the Burr months have arrived. I just did a Google search. This was someone's Facebook thing or something, the business. But anyway, September, October, November, December. I live in Canada. We don't have Thanksgiving in November, but I wanted something for back to school too with Snoopy. So happy September. I thought this was really cute. The little school bus. And then September the 1st, I was looking for something for New Year, but it's a new day, fresh start, fresh energy, and fresh opportunities. Get your mind right, get your day right. Happy New Year. I just felt it was fitting, and then I printed out the September calendar. The NFL starts, the Downton Abbey movie's coming, Only Murders in the Building, Halloween Baking Championship, just little things to look forward to. Life gets busy, life gets hectic, and I just want to keep it really simple. September to-dos, so much to enjoy, long sleeves, cool mornings, and hot coffee. Just maintain the routines that I've established and just little things to do this month. Start reading again. Gilmore Girls, I'm really getting into it. My fall watch is here. So there's a lot that I want to watch. I know I'm not getting all of this watched, but it's always good to have a plan. And the Freshly Baked Cozy Mystery, I started reading this last year and I really, really liked it. I didn't even realize how many books there was. It's very simple reading and there's even some new ones out this year. But I love that it's descriptive, it's very seasonal, and I even put a coloring sheet in here from that Monday Mandala. This is a website I use for my calendars. There's a lot of free printables on here, so I might color this one and just have something different in here. But I did decide to keep it all in the same book, just to keep 2025 all together, and then I don't know what 2026 has in store. I just know that 2025 is definitely the year that I've put all the pieces together. And this is more like a little bit of scrapbooking. I'm not really crafty, but I just felt like this was really important for me to do this and have all of the journey come together. And then I'm waiting for the printable to come out for this year, but I went ahead and started the one from last year that I had, and I'm really excited about it. I just love these sheets. Coloring is definitely a hobby I enjoy in September, October, all the way up to Christmas. I've also gotten into Lego flowers and I really do like them. And this one I really wanted to get, but I wasn't sure about it. Then when I saw it at Costco, I decided to pick it up because it has a vase. And I did this pink bouquet, I think, around Easter, and I wasn't happy with it. But the fact that it can fit on this vase, I felt like it was worth it. Last year, I started to read a couple of the Freshly Baked Cozy Mysteries. I did not realize it was a whole series. They're just simple reading, but they're very descriptive. The main character likes to bake. It's all about like home decor and all of that. So I have a few of them that I can read this year. Even if they're not in order, that's okay. Like I said, they're not real complicated reads. They're more just about the seasonal. And this one, when I read it last year, Fall for Murder, I fell in love with it. Cinnamon Roll Secrets, that's another one that I could read. And then I could get my little e-reader out and see what books I can get there, because these books accumulate and I don't think I'm going to read them again. So I want to see what I can read this year and then see what's available there. So anyways, we're heading out. We have another barbecue today. It's for my husband's work. So we're doing a little bit of mini pot. We had just a nice little barbecue lunch, and then we ended it up with ice cream. A lot of the ice cream places were closed. They were on reduced hours, so it was a little bit later in the day. So we hit up Dairy Queen, and I had a pumpkin pie blizzard, and it was delicious. Then when we got home, I had the email from Megan Miles Art. You just go to her website, join her email list, and you get a free sheet every month. So I have 2024 to color, and then I also have this year. So they're different, they're kind of similar, but it's still something that's exciting. It's something I look forward to for the first of every month. But I think I'll do the 2024 one first and then ease into the 2025. It's time for dinner, and I just went to my fridge. I got out the steaks, got out a bag of potatoes. I'm only going to use one green pepper, and then I have the onions and mushrooms left over from last night. I just cut the potatoes up, and then I add a little bit of olive oil and this buttery steakhouse seasoning. They'll go into the air fryer. There wasn't as much steak as I thought because there was bones in them, and then just the one green pepper and then the onions and mushrooms. There was so much flavor in here. The steak was also seasoned too, so I'm taking the last of the buns. We had these for lunch the day before, so these will be great just to do the Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. I thought about doing mine on a wrap, and I'm like, no. I want a nice cheesesteak sandwich. So I just sauteed the steak and the peppers a little bit. I cut the steak down a little bit smaller. I thought it'd be easier to eat. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and then also a little bit of steak sauce just to give it a little bit of a different flavor. And then I'll cook down the peppers a little bit more, and then there will be some liquid from it. And then just adding in the onions and mushrooms, like there's a lot of flavor with that too. And then as it starts to brown up, I just add a little bit of water just to release all the flavors and all the little bits in the bottom of the pan. And then I had some Gouda cheese in the fridge. I just grated it up. I'm going to put it in the oven at, I think it was like 375, 400 degrees, just to kind of melt it a little bit more so it'll stick to the bun. And then there was enough left, and I'm thinking ahead for the next day because we're going to have a short week. I'm already ready for the weekend, and I want to make sure that we have something for lunch. So I have some of those little keto wraps, and they're just perfect. So I'm going to take 2 of them, put the rest in here, and then just fold them over. And then as they start to get a little bit cooler, they'll stick to the tortillas. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a plate on them so that way they will stick together, and I'll be able to just cut them in half and then put them in our lunches. And then I'm just going to plate everything up, put it together. And this is one of the things I love to do with leftovers, like having those staples, certain vegetables. Like I always say, if I have onions and peppers and potatoes, I can always make something for dinner. And of course, we're going to have a few little leftovers tonight too. But just, thinking ahead, trying to clean up as I go. I don't want a great big mess tonight. We've had a great weekend. We're going to have a short week. I'm already dreaming about next weekend. And it's just nice to sit together, have a dinner that everybody is going to eat. And just, keeping everything really simple. It's been a great day. It's been a great weekend. It's been a great month. I'm really excited about September, but just keeping up with all the little things that I've been working on and just trying to think ahead, because my future self will always thank me for doing little things that will make the evening easier, the next day easier, and even easier whenever I need to get my next batch of groceries. The sandwiches were amazing, better than anything I get in a restaurant, but that's what happens when you use leftovers. It's hard to recreate it. So I did a little bit of food prep, cut up a pineapple, got the grapes, cut up a cucumber that we have, and then Hunter was supervising. So I knew Linus wouldn't be far behind, so they're going to have a couple of cucumbers. And then I just packed Steve's lunch up here. I gave him grapes and cucumbers, a little bit of dip. And then I just had some pineapple and cucumbers. And then the fridge. I think what I wanted to do is have everything stocked up. I do need to get another cream. But going into the Burr months, I know when there's a day that I want to make a soup or something, I want to go out and get the ingredients fresh because I never know what I'm going to make. I might get, in the mood one day. So I like to have the staples and then, work with it. We also went to a barbecue on Saturday, so I picked up a fruit tray to take, and they look so good. I picked one up for us too, so all of the melon is left because Steve is the only one that likes it, so I have to make sure that that gets eaten up. We have strawberries. We didn't do the cinnamon rolls and everything because we slept in every day this weekend, and it was actually really nice. I have all the dips. There's a fruit dip there too. So all of the basics are stocked up. We need to get some more drinks, but I think going into the week, I'm really organized, ready to go, but I'm also really excited to get into the Burr months. I have a bunch of soup recipes that I printed out, and I'm going to do just a little bit more coloring, just a couple of little things on here. Like I'm not going to do the whole sheet, but I do find it very relaxing. I do really enjoy it. And also getting a little creative with some of the different colors and all of that. And when I saw that mug there, something popped into my mind. So I'm wondering if you know me that well, what do you think I'm going to color that mug? When I saw that mug, I immediately thought of Charlie Brown's shirt, so I decided to give a little Charlie Brown to this September coloring page. And, in October, the Great Pumpkin, all of the Peanuts jazz music. I absolutely love it. I play it a lot. So what better tribute to the Peanuts gang than coloring the mug in honor of Charlie Brown? So anyways, that is it for the 1st of September. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.